The American Psychological Association released guidelines concerning men and boys, saying that so-called traditional masculinity not only is harmful, but could also lead to homophobia and sexual harassment. And the main thrust is that traditional masculinity, which you are the great defender of,
that's called
by the
being
way,
a man, by the way.
marked by stoicism, competitiveness, dominance and aggression, is on the whole
Stoicism
harmful.
and competitiveness are now evil things. They're harmful. It's harmful to be stoic. It's harmful to be competitive.
It's psychologically harmful, and socialising boys to suppress their emotions causes damage.
So what we've got to do, you've got to sit your boys down. I've got 3 boys. Well, I've really got this wrong. I should have, rather than saying to them, come on, lads, life's tough, let's crack on. How are we going to deal with life's problems? You know, if you lose at football, come and have a chat with me. Let's play. Rather than, you know, but rather than saying like I used to, which is, you've got to play a bit better, son. Score more goals, son. This is how you do it, son. Let's go and train, go and practice. Let's dig deep. Let's be strong. Let's be stoic. Let's be competitive. Let's try and win. Oh, no. I got it all wrong. Actually, what I should have done was say, come here, come. Have a good cry. Come on. Keep crying. And next day, come on, keep crying.
No.
The only answer to everything in life is to keep crying.
That's absolutely not what they're
Don't be stoic.
What they're saying.
Don't be competitive. Stoicism and competitive is harmful.
Yes,
what a load of nonsense.
Trapping boys in that stereotype of masculinity.
Who's trapping them?
Is harmful.
What a load. Who's
allowing
trapping boys
to be in touch with
stoic?
their emotions. So, for instance, if they can't always compete at top level in sport, which I know you want them to, there might be a time when they have to accept that.
Sure.
And that doesn't mean that they're failures.
It doesn't mean they have to start blubbing either, does it?
It means that they're human. And if
I am in the room.
Sorry, when you saw Andy Murray clearly upset about the fact that he has to take a step back from the one thing about competitiveness, dominance and aggression that he can no longer do...
Sure.
He was in touch with his emotions. That's an absolutely
I've got no problem with that.
Every
single characteristic that Andy Murray has shown to become the greatest tennis player we've ever had in this country, arguably our greatest ever sportsman, everything that drove him to be this successful is harmful and must be stopped. Instead, take your boys to a little corner and teach them how to cry all day.
I don't think that's what they're saying.
What a load of
I think they're saying allow men to balance.
Right.
All of that, traditional masculinity.
Sorry, just to read the news... Just to read the news release...
The emotional side.
I know what you think they said. Let me just read you what their news release actually says.
Yes.
The main thrust of the subsequent research is that traditional masculinity, marked by stoicism, competitiveness, dominance and aggression, is harmful. Those are the 4 things which, of course, drove Andy Murray to be a great champion. So they're now all banned, everyone. No, instead, you take the crying. I don't mind him being emotional, knowing his career's over. Perfectly rational. He's a champion. You know, I get the emotion, the raw emotion. That's fine. But you can't now be stoic, competitive, dominant or aggressive as a sportsman.
You can be all of that as long as that's not all you are.
That's not what it says. It says
traditional masculinity ideology has been shown to limit male psychological development, constrain their behaviour, result in gender role strain and gender role conflict, and negatively influence mental health and physical health.
Absolute flannel.
I don't think you're right. I think
I'll tell you what's happening.
You admire Andy Murray for all of those traits.
A bunch of radical feminists are trying to extinguish masculinity
it's the American
and being male.
Psychological Association. It's not a bunch of radical feminists.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
No, the whole agenda is being driven by radical feminists who want to expunge masculinity and people being male, men behaving like men.
Want balance.
It's just nonsense.
Don't be trapped. Be more Andy Murray.
Look, any young boys who are watching this, I've got 3 sons. I like to think they're stoic, competitive. When they play sport, dominant and aggressive. They're all good things in the right way. They're all good. They're not harmful. So no harm being any of those things. In fact, they're good things. Don't let these people tell you can't be stoic.
They're also not
or you can't be tough,
masculine, I'd just like to
or you can't be strong, or you can't be any of those things. What have we become in this country? We're now being stoic is wrong. How would Winston Churchill have survived? Seriously, you can't be stoic.
Winston Churchill was in touch with his emotions, we know.
No, I've got no problem with being in touch with your emotions. But Winston Churchill couldn't be stoic or competitive, dominant or aggressive. Really? Well, how would he have won the war then? How would he have won the war? Tell me that, radicals. How do you win a war against the Nazis if you're not stoic, competitive, dominant?
We went there.
We went there. Yeah, we went. Because actually, these are great characteristics, actually. And they're male. Yes, they're masculine.
They're not just,
I think
excuse me.
stoicism is not necessarily predominantly male. Is it?
Well, neither is competitiveness, dominance and aggression. I'm capable of all of those things.
Oh, so women are allowed to be all those things, but men aren't. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they're not exclusively rich and
Do you think they're harmful,
They're
Susanna?
not.
Is it harmful,
I
as
think if you
the
feel-
main thrust reveals?
I think if you feel that that's all it is to be a man, then yes, it can be harmful.
Nobody's ever said it's all that to be a man.
I think that that's what they're saying.
Oh, rubbish. You've got no idea what they think they're saying.